All right, for segment one today, I can't stop laughing. We're going to talk about power category magic. Is magic really powerful? We'll find out. Or is it just somebody wanted to slam in Palladium Fantasy in here and say, oh, look, I can combine two games? Who knows? We're about to find out. As Heathen Dog, more so than me, tells us about magic in second edition, Heroes Unlimited. And just as a reminder to everybody, RPG Digest is a live stream podcast discussion, not a concise step-by-step tutorial. We may. Somebody said I should just put weird in. Not weird. God, I cannot talk. Put will in there. We will. We will deviate off topic and go on tangents because I will enforce that. I will enforce the tangent. So enjoy. I think I just used up all my energy for today.
I think you did.
So let's share the screen. Oh, wait, I got to swap everything around, don't I? Let's not share the screen. Like, do a tap dance or something. Entertain these folks while I'm getting the screens ready. Look at that. How musically inclined he is. Next, you're going to pull out the spoons.
I could really make some.
Get out of my way, Waterbill.
PDF page 145.
There we go. Let's zoom in on the magic, and he's going to tell us about all the. And we had a quick discussion right before this started because I don't know magic in second edition, but I quickly paged through it, and it seemed very different to me than first edition. And we had a very small discussion about that beforehand. I haven't really done a side-by-side comparison, but I can tell.
I'm pretty sure they just move stuff around.
That might be what it is, but I just the feel when I looked there is like I seem to remember like the example I used with these enchanted weapons. Where is it? I seem to remember there being a lot more of these properties common to all enchanted weapons, but that doesn't matter. We're only talking about second edition, so
there you go.
Get into it.
All right, magic. Now, as you can see, there are 4 subcategories of magic. Now, while you can roll this and it's fine, as a game master, I don't recommend that you have a character roll on this. I recommend you have them choose because they all are thematically very different. You have.
But I still have dice.
You still have dice. Well, we're gonna roll, but let's go through the 4 different magical categories first. First is enchanted weapon. This is Thor, Black Knight. Your power comes from your weapon.
Okay, I have to say this because we'll see if second edition changed this, but in first edition, every single time I saw this or read this, I could only think of He-Man because of the way it was written up.
He-Man's a good one too. Yeah, comes from the weapon, right? Then you have enchanted object. This is an item that is not a weapon. A ring, a talisman, a mask, gloves.
Would Green Lantern fall under that?
What's that?
Would Green Lantern fall under that?
Yes. I since it's not really magic. Well, come on, man. An unknown source of power, primordial to the entire universe, harnessed at this one planet that is at the center of the universe. Sounds magical to me. I don't know. It sounds pretty magic, but whatever. Then you have mystic study. This is your wizard. Doctor Strange, your wizard. And then you have the mystically bestowed. This is your Shazam, or for those who know, Captain Marvel, where you're gifted power by a higher being, be it a god or a supernatural creature, an angel, a demon, whatever. You're gifted power, and you magically transform into a super being. Those are your 4 choices, and like I said, they are all thematically very different. So if you have a person roll, they might not want to play it. They had something else in mind. So I would recommend having your player choose which one they want to do.
And
but just for funsies, let's see what Max Leal would get.
And everybody out there knows I'm very pro rolling. I think randomness is better. This is one of those cases where I absolutely agree with Heathen Dog. It's almost like playing 4 different classes.
Yeah.
All right. And I rolled up a 22 enchanted weapon. I am the power.
Well, that is the very first. That's the very first one. Enchanted weapon. Now, the magic weapon, not the character, is the true source of the super being's power. So if you get separated from your weapon for a length of time, I think it says here 72 hours.
What are you looking for?
if you are separated from a weapon for a certain amount of time, you will lose
Hmm.
your transformation. Okay. Now, what it does is you get the weapon bonds to you because it likes you. It's a good weapon or an evil weapon. You're a good guy or a bad guy, and then like, hey, we can get together, and it magically pair bonds with you, and then you can use it to become a supernatural hero or villain. And if you lose the weapon while transformed, you still keep some of your powers, your transformed powers. We're gonna get into that, don't worry. But if it's gone away from you for too long, you will revert back to your normal form until you find the weapon again. But having the weapon also gives you extra powers because the weapon itself is your source and it has the most powers directly through it. And we're going to get to that right now. The first thing is you have to choose or roll which
Now,
weapon
this
you're
part
going to
I would
get.
say roll, unless you really got a theme that you're
Yeah,
strongly tied to. This one I'd say
right.
roll.
I understand, but these are all wildly different weapons.
Mhm.
So go ahead and roll and tell us what you get.
79.
79. That's a Warhammer or a Morning Star.
I'm a
So
dwarf.
you're really going Thor here, aren't you?
No, I'm gonna go with the Morning Star
You're the Morning Star. Okay.
because I
Morning
want I,
Star,
want- I
okay.
want spikies on my.
You want spiky stuff? That's fine. Spiky stuff's for you. Now, again, order is important, Kevin, but we already have other stuff. Even though we haven't, you're talking about weapons, then we just skip to other stuff. Fine. Alignment can be any alignment, but you're a hero. You should be a good alignment, but they do have evil aligned weapons. So you could be an evil guy. But again, this is mostly just for making NPCs. If you have
Ooh,
an evil weapon, that means you're an evil guy.
was it the Punisher? Is that the one that he's actually not an evil guy, but he's got the evil suit or whatever it is?
No, that's Spawn.
Okay.
Spawn, yeah, he's not an evil guy, but he did go to hell for doing evil things, and
What I'm saying is you could be
it's
a
a
good
long
guy with
story.
an evil weapon. That'd just be dumb. But still, I
No,
mean, you
no,
could do it.
it wouldn't pair with you. It wouldn't pair with you.
Oh, okay.
But level of education is standard. You roll it, and we've already covered that.
Yep.
In education, you roll your education, then choose your skill programs and skilled accordingly. There is no, unlike the hardware hero and some other heroes, there is no additions or subtractions from this. Hand-to-hand combat, it's not automatic. Everyone gets 2 attacks per round, and then you get your hand-to-hand, be it basic, expert, or martial art, and or assassin if you're evil. Weapons and armor, nothing really special unless
Yeah.
you're like super wealthy and you can get like some kind of cool Iron Man stuff to go with it, but it's
Sure, the rich
normal
get
weapons and
richer.
armor.
Go give the
But
rich guy his magic item.
yeah, there are powers you can get through your weapon that will increase your SDC, sometimes dramatically, sometimes not, give you a shield of some kind, especially if you have shield as your, no, they don't have shield here. Damn it. I guess that could be a magical item. So you could have that. The structural damage capacity 4d6 plus those gained through magic and physical training. That is on top of your base 35. Everyone in the magic category gets a base 35. But that didn't come up yet because Kevin loves his wrong order stuff. But you get your base 35 and then you get a 4d6 for the enchanted weapon. Now we'll go to common properties to all enchanted weapons, whether you are good or evil. Totally indestructible. This weapon cannot be destroyed. Blades never dull, never dents, cracks, or breaks, always looks like new, doesn't tarnish, doesn't rust, nothing. It's considered a greatest rune weapon if you were in, say, Palladium Fantasy or Rift's Earth.
This is a perfect example right here. This continuity note. This is not in first edition version of the game. This is, when people talk about, the second edition Riftified it. Well,
right. This is it. Yeah, that's what happened. It's well balanced, +1 to strike and parry when using this weapon. +1. Okay. Made of black, gray, blue gray, dark red, blood red, or bright gold or silver colored metal. Always inscribed with rune symbols. So you get the choice of color, but just these colors. I don't know why that's important. It seems like something that no one should care about, but it's here. Okay. So if you ignore number 3 and just make it any color you want, I don't care, and I don't think anyone else
game
will.
breaking game. How am I supposed to know it's? I have to know. Is he carrying a dark red sword? No, blood red sword. Is it a bright gold sword? Is it one of these colors? Because then I know he's magical.
All right. Now, this one right here, number 4, this will set the base damage for your weapon for the rest of this character's career.
Wow,
The
that's a
base
big
damage.
disparity.
It is a large disparity.
I'm
It's
going to
a
tell you
lot.
up front, I
3d6
don't
to
like this.
66. This is your base damage.
I
So
don't like
this is
this.
before any strength bonuses
And
or weapon proficiency stuff.
So
So go ahead and roll.
my thing is this should be level dependent.
It should, but it's not.
I know. Okay.
So go ahead and roll it.
I rolled a 37. Damn it.
37,
Only
46 damage.
46.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
All the 66 kids are teasing me.
They are. And affects or damages all creatures of magic, including animated dead, zombies, golems, vampires, werewolves, demons, dragons, godlings. Also damages super beings who are invulnerable. This is important. Okay. There's only 2 things, 2 physical things that can damage a hero or a villain who has the power of invulnerability: supernatural strength and magical weapons. Now, magic and psionics work too, but that's not physical in all senses. But in all senses, Max Liao's magical 4d6 damage Morning Star will do full damage to an invulnerable creature, a god, a demigod, a dragon, godling, whatever. Any supernatural creature
That
will take
sounds better than it is. If you're the only one that can hurt the god, guess who he's going to step on?
That's true. Yeah. If you're the only guy that can hurt him, you're number 1 on the to-do list that day. So yeah. All right. Now there's 2 different sections for weapons of good and weapons.
Let's
of
just cover
evil.
good, because if weirdos want to play evil, they can get the Villains Unlimited book. And
this is Heroes Unlimited, not I want to play against type because I'm a douchebag Unlimited. All right. So the evil portion is for NPCs only, basically. So we're just going to go over the good. So it adds 1d6 times 10 SDC to its owner/champion, the person it bonded with.
wow.
Provides its champion with resistance against fire and cold. All fire and cold, no matter if it's magical or not, only does half damage. Provides a +3 bonus against all magic spells and enchantments. That's rituals, direct spells, and any kind of curses, hexes, whatever. +3. Enables you to see the invisible. This is all the time. As long as you're holding the
I've
weapon,
already got a
it.
problem with that. You know how I hate true seeing in Dungeons and
I
Dragons.
know. No, it's just if it's hidden, well, you're just whatever.
Fair.
If it's invisible, then you see the outline of it's invisible. Now, it doesn't say anything about shape changed or anything like that. Illusions, whatever. It doesn't say that. It specifically only says invisible.
Fair.
Creates a costume or battle dress out of thin air. This battle dress can
it's
be...
He-Man. I'm telling you, it's He-Man.
Yeah, it's He-Man.
I am the power also.
It's He-Man. It can be damaged, ripped, and torn, but when you resummon it, it's always fresh and brand new. And there's usually
magic.
some kind of mantra you say, Klaatu, Verata, Nikto, or whatever to summon your battle dress.
By the power
the power of Grayskull. Yes, you can do that too. Now, when you do this, it says here you get magically beefed up. Now, it doesn't mean that, suddenly I get +10, PP, +10 PS. No, you get +1d4, +3 PB because you look better. You look ripped. You look taller. You look stronger.
On those 6-pack. That 6-pack. Thank you.
Yeah, you got the 6-pack now, but it doesn't mean you're actually any stronger. All right? It doesn't. You look.
By the way, for the females, it's the chainmail bikini. It's
Yep. It's gotta be. Sorry. All right. Then you get the magical abilities. In addition to the powers above, the common powers and the powers from a good weapon, you get to roll on this next table. And magical transformation, body and clothing. The enchanted weapon also instills the character with a power that he alone commands. Now, this is once you transform and you lose your weapon. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but I believe it's 72 hours or until you transform back or whatever, you have these powers. So go ahead and roll.
Okay, so well, first of all, just so you know, I rolled a 4 for my 1d6 for my ×10 SDC, so I got 40 SDC.
Good job.
And I got a 60. No, it's 60. 64.
60. Okay, choice of one major super ability, excluding immortality or any APS powers. So all of the alter physical structure powers that you don't like anyway,
Yeah.
and immortality. Any other major power you get to choose, which is great. Which is absolutely great because you've already randomly rolled your weapon and all that stuff. So you want something probably thematically appropriate. So do that, right? Now, it says immortality and alter physical structure powers. Well, guess what other major power there is? Invulnerability. I would take that in a heartbeat.
Well, except for you're not immune to your own weapon.
That's true. Not ooh. No. That
Just saying.
No, you are. You are immune to your own weapon because again, it says somewhere in here, I don't remember where, but because it's bonded to you in anyone else's
No.
hand.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you could accidentally slice off your toe. Are there going to be other weapons out there that
Yeah. Other magical weapons will harm you, yes, but you're probably not going to slice off your own toe.
But to be fair, 9 times out of 10, I always saw for low-level characters alter physical structure stone and invulnerability. Those are the two. Everybody, like mysteriously, everybody had 2 major powers. Nobody ever rolled 5 minor powers.
5 minor powers in a lot of cases is stronger.
Can be, yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then we move on to powers held by weapons of order / parenthetical good. Player can select 6 abilities from the following list, which are possessed by the weapon and available to the character. These powers are possessed by the weapon, which means only when you are holding your weapon do you have access to these abilities.
That's an increase. It used to only be 5. At least I'm sure it was. If somebody can correct me, but I'm pretty sure first edition was only 5.
Oh, here it is. Here's the 72-hour rule. It's in the second paragraph, end of the second paragraph.
Yep,
a good aligned weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, that right there. Without the weapon, furthermore, it is separated for more than 72 hours. The character will automatically return to his ordinary human form, and the weapon becomes inert, seemingly powerless, until the two are reunited or the mortal is killed. Now, if you're killed, the weapon cannot bond with anyone else for 72 hours. But after that, it'll choose somebody else because it's fickle. It'll just move on.
Oh, there goes another one. All right, what's next?
All right, so you get to choose 6 of these 15 powers. Healing Touch restores 3d6 hit points or SDC by touching the weapon to the individual who needs healing. The magical healing leaves no scars. And it can be used 10 times per day, a 24-hour period. Although intended for helping others, its champion can draw upon its healing power as well. But it cuts into the 10 times per day.
10 times per day is a lot.
That is a lot. Damage bonus, +6 damage, added to all modes of attack. Now, these 15 powers have other modes of attack, but if you choose this as well, it's +6 on top of your strength, +6 on top of any weapon proficiency bonuses you might have, whatever. 6 more damage. Number 3, Spits Lightning Bolt.
I love that. Spits.
Spits. Not throws lightning, summons lightning. No, it spits lightning. Patooey. Patooey, patooey. Now, the cool thing about this is depending on your alignment, the more good you are, the more damage it does. 66 if you're principled, 5d6 if you're scrupulous, 4d6 if you're unprincipled.
I'm gooder.
I'm gooder than you, so I get 66. Or Spits Fire. It's not as damaging. 5d6, 4d6, or 3d6. So who would choose this? Unless it's thematically appropriate. Why would you not choose lightning? I don't know. Returns to wielder when thrown. Man, getting a real Thor vibe here from a lot of this stuff. Really getting it. Turns itself or the wielder invisible. Why would you just want to? Well, I guess turning itself invisible would be neat. I'm not carrying a weapon. What are you talking about?
It's superior. Wow.
Invisibility superior also cancels out noise, heat, radar, whatever. Levitation at will, not flight, levitation. Sense magic. Oh, here's fly. Why would you pick levit? If you have fly, okay, never mind. Night vision. Okay. Mystic shield creates a mystic energy shield that can be used to parry attacks like a knight and his shield. When necessary, the hero can turn his shield into a protective bubble that can enclose and protect himself and as many as 6 human-sized people. These protected must be huddled to close together. The shield has 200 SDC and is effective against all types of attack, from hammering punches to lasers, explosives, whatever. The Mystic Shield can be created instantly with a thought. If the weapon wielder is trying to erect the shield in time to block, you must roll a d20 plus 3. The character's normal parry bonuses do not apply. So you get a plus 3 to parry as an auto. It doesn't say automatic parry. But a failed roll means the hero and those trying to attack were struck because you couldn't get it up in time. Ooh, that sounded... All right, we're moving on from that. Moving on from that.
I'll start from the beginning of the stream.
There you go. The magical shield can be created once every 2 rounds, but at a maximum of 10 times per day.
That's still
so if
a lot.
You create
wow.
it and drop it. You have to wait 2 melee rounds. You could create it again, but only a maximum of 10 times per day. Or you can choose superhuman strength. But if you choose this twice, you can choose supernatural strength, which is markedly better.
Yeah, I'm going back to what I said before the stream. Low level, I think these are too powerful. High
low level characters, yes, these are too powerful. But for the mystical items and the mystical weapons, they don't go up in strength per level.
Yeah.
So your front end really strong, back end not as much.
Yeah.
But supernatural strength if this power is selected twice. Tongues, the ability to speak and understand any language and words of truth. No one can lie to you. You can do this 10 times per day. Okay.
That'd be good maybe for like a judge type character. But
yeah, we're going to skip over weapons of evil. Over.
We'll just show that they exist. Again, for folks out there, there is a book called Villains Unlimited. And if you want to play the Villains Unlimited, there you go. Then have your evil swords.
Yeah. And that's basically it for the enchanted weapon. It's pretty straightforward. It's really, really front end heavy power wise. And when everyone's at first level, you're going to be a powerhouse. You are going to be the Thor on the team. You know, they were just lucky they had also had a Hulk, but hey, Thor is no laughing matter.
Now what I noticed is a difference with the enchanted one from first to second edition is I could have sworn that first edition didn't use PPE. I might be wrong about that, but I thought first edition was like old D&D where you can use this 3 times a day, 10 times a day, whatever. I don't know if you remember or not.
No, I do. Yep. I do. And you're right. Yeah, they went times a day instead of PPE on this one. But I think Enchanted Object does use PPE depending on what you roll.
Okay.
And we'll get to that. Okay, Enchanted Objects are similar to Enchanted Weapon in is that they're the source of magic. Without the enchanted object, the character is an ordinary individual armed only. Okay, so enchanted objects, unlike enchanted weapons, if you lose the object, you immediately lose all powers. Whereas with the enchanted weapon, you have a 72-hour time frame. You only lose the powers that are specific to the weapon, but you still have the powers if you transformed and then lost the weapon. With the enchanted object, you lose the object at any point. You're done. You're just a dude. You're just Joe Q Public now. So, put some duct tape on it. I don't know, something. Don't lose it. It's either a small item such as a medallion, pendant, talisman, or ring, or it can be an entire article of clothing such as a cape, cloak, mask, helmet, belt, gloves, or gauntlet.
I have my magic cape.
Yeah. When worn, the enchanted object endows the person with limited mastery over the mystic arts. Unlike the magic weapon, the enchanted object is rarely affiliated with a particular alignment. Thus, good or evil can use the same item, doesn't matter. The spellcasting abilities provided by the object never change and can never be increased. The character simply uses and directs the magic, but knows nothing or little about magic itself. This means he cannot learn new spells or other magic. Now, in the beginning, just like magical weapon, magic object is very front loaded in the power department. At first level, you are going to be a little OP, but as the levels go up, you're going to start to fall behind the curve, and you're just going to have to learn to live with that. You had your day in the sun. Now it's everyone else's time to shine. Now, the enchanted object does have a store of PPE, personal psychic energy, 2d6 times 10 plus 90. This energy does not go up or down. You get this much.
Oh.
What'd you roll?
6.
So you get 60, you get 150.
150. Yeah.
150. It's not great, but it's average,
Yeah,
right? It's
fair.
about average. Well, actually, 160 would be average, but yeah, okay. About average. Some objects magically provide super abilities. Except for their magical origins, these super abilities functions exactly like their non-magical counterparts, except they cost 15 PPE each time to activate and use. Once
So I get 10
activated,
per day.
super abilities remain in force until the character wants to stop it or after 24 hours, whichever comes first. After 24 hours, if you still have sufficient PPE reserves, you can instantly just pay for it again and have no break in service, basically, which is fine. Now, what do you get? Magic spells or super abilities. Pick or make a determined. We're going to randomly roll because this is something you want to randomly roll. And we have not a lot of choice here, but we got some here. So go ahead and roll to see what you're going to get.
All right, I roll a 30. Oh, I'm sorry, 13.
13, your choice of 3 minor super abilities. So you
Wow.
get no spells whatsoever.
Yeah, I suck.
No, it's actually good because you can activate 10 powers per day.
I rolled a 13. You know, in Palladium, that means I suck.
Well, actually, no. In the next table, rolling a 13 is the best you could do.
Oh, yeah,
But
fair. Okay. But I don't have any
let's go over
spells, so
what
it
else you
doesn't
could have
matter.
gotten. Let's go over what else you could have
Yeah,
gotten.
absolutely.
Okay, a choice of 1 major ability, excluding immortality or any of the control powers. Notice there's no exclusion on alter physical structure in there, just the control powers. Or you could choice of 1 minor super ability and 3 spells from levels 3, 4, and 5. All selections are final. 51 and up is just spells. 3 spells from levels 1 through 4, 8 spells from 5 through 8. 4 spells from level 1 through 4, 6 spells from level 5 through 8. And if you rolled 85 to 100, 8 spells from level 1 through 6 and 8 spells from 7 through 12. That's where you get the big boy powers, where 150 is not going to even be able to cast one of those big boy spells. At level 12, no. You're never going to be able to cast that. So, Big Kevin actually got the order right on this one. Roll that PPE before this because you're going to want to choose spells you'll actually be able to cast. And there's a lot of 12th level spells that cost more than 150 PPE.
Good news, I have no spells, so.
Good news. But the level or power of your abilities. You have 3 minor abilities.
Oh, yeah,
If they
fair.
go up in power per level, this is the power they have. Roll it.
Why is this in such a weird order? 7, 4, 5, 6. I got it. Now I roll a 95. Oh, that's still not horribly bad.
Right. Still 6. So all of your 3 minor powers, they are at 6th level of ability. That means if they give you percentages or if their powers go up per level, say, because energy expulsion, every level you get, more power for your beams. And so you'll be at level 6. So it's probably like a 666. So that's fine. That's fine.
Excuse me,
Great.
just one moment.
Okay.
Go ahead, keep going. I'll be right
Okay.
back.
All right. Now, this is fixed. No matter what level you are, level 1 or level 15, the power level of the object, and when you rolled to create your character, is static. It never changes. So again, at level 1, you're OP. Even if you rolled the crappiest on this table, which is level 4, you're still 3 levels higher in power, power-wise, than everyone else at level 1. But you're going to be eclipsed later on by the other people in your party. That's something you have to deal with. It's something you just have to deal with. And that's fine. You just got to learn to understand that that's going to happen and you're good. Other abilities from enchanted objects. You get 2 base abilities, +2 to save versus all magic, and plus 1d4 times 10 SDC. Everyone gets that. And then one of the following special abilities, select one or roll percentile dice. We have impervious to fire, invisibility at will, fly, impervious to poison, shoot a firebolt from your hand, +3 to save versus psionics, plus 1d4 to any attribute, or impervious to magic. But if you choose impervious to magic, you take your physical SDC and hit points and half them. And you cannot gain additional hit points or SDC as you grow in experience or from physical training skills. You
Now,
get
would
no
this
more.
presume that he thought that people would have a lot more mages in the game than there are? Because this seems pretty
Nope.
penalizing.
No. This is the riftification.
Oh,
Because in Rifts, there's a lot more magic. And in Palladium Fantasy, it's basically all magic. So if you get rifted somewhere else, that somewhere else is likely going to be high magic. So you're going to be immune to a whole lot of stuff. Just straight up immune to magic.
real quickly, I just want to say, hey guys, I do see what Luther Pendragon saying in the chat. It's okay; he's allowed to have his opinion. Just saying, he doesn't like Palladium.
That's
It's all right. like there are games I don't like it as well. So I'm just saying, and it just also the people who are telling him what they think as well. That's fine. Just keep it somewhat nice.
Okay. All right. And the other stuff, it's same as everything else. You have to be a good alignment. Don't be a D-bag. Education's the same. Normal. Hand-to-hand combat the same, attacks per round the same, weapons and armor, other than your magic weapon, which may give you a magic weapon or item or whatever, which may give you a special ability. Only conventional stuff applies. Your base SDC is 35, plus anything in physical training, plus anything you've already gained through rolling by having the magical item and your resources. Now, after that, we get to Doctor Strange. We get to the actual wizard.
Hold up. It's time to go through. We didn't do it after the first one. We got to go through chat now.
Okay.
I only have a few that are starred, but let's hit them up. So starts out with Luther Pendragon. Ugh, Palladium. Now superhero crap. Is everyone not over that? And just so you know, I did respond back. It's the year of Palladium books, so we're gonna be doing Palladium all year.
We're gonna do Palladium all year. So yeah, man.
I don't know what it is about Palladium he doesn't like. I mean, it's certainly not the best writing out there. We've talked about that a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But as a system goes, like just generically roll percentile base for skills and roll a d20 for attack. I like it. I mean, I like the Palladium system. I just think it could be refined and written better. So
yes. I mean, there's throughout the years there's been way too much cut and paste.
And then Anastaki says, the year Palladium books, to cover them all, you need a century. Yeah, we don't have an actual plan, but we know kind of what we're going to cover.
Yeah. We're going through in from fantasy to the most high tech, futuristic, high magic stuff at the end, right? So we're going to get beyond the supernatural. We're going to get after the bomb, and then we're going to go into more, post-apocalyptic. After the bomb is kind of post-apocalyptic, but then we're getting high magic stuff, like Rifts and Phase World and maybe Atlantis or a Chaos Earth, maybe. I don't know. It's going to get weird later on. Don't worry.
Well, and I'll tell you right now that Heroes Unlimited has put a crimp into how I was planning on doing this, because I kind of figured a month or two on each book, but we're going to be spending over 2 months just on each of the power categories for Palladium. So
our last week we can put Mega Hero in with that, because Mega Hero is like a prestige class. We can tack it on.
I didn't even consider that one. I'm just talking the normal power categories. Because since we're doing one for each one, and then we are going to have to take another week again for the people who didn't watch the Palladium Fantasy or the Mechanoids. We still have to go through and talk about some of the other basics towards the end, the equipment that it's in the book, how combat works quickly. I mean, some of that we already
did combat.
We already did. I get it, but the stuff towards the end of the book, we still need to at least have one episode to go over. My point being is that we're not going to cover everything Palladium, and we want to make sure we have time for Rifts, because the Rifts thing is going to be kind of new for me, because he's going to be covering Chaos Earth, which I don't know anything about other than the video that he did a couple years ago. So in the meantime, and I want to cover After the Bomb, because while I'm more of a TMNT, old school TMNT player, After the Bomb is the new current version of it.
Yeah, it's one you can buy from their store now.
Right.
I mean, if you want Team NT, you got to go to eBay or Craigslist or whatever.
Exactly. And I want to cover that, because that's what, since Robotech isn't a thing anymore, that's my favorite Palladium game. So anyway, just putting that out there. So yeah, we know we're not going to cover, I think it's Dead Rain we're not going to cover. We're going to cover Nightbane instead. So Recon is not going to be covered, because it's nothing like the rest of them.
Ninjas and Super Spies, I don't think we're going to do that one.
Yeah, I mean, that can just mix in with here or TMNT.
Yep.
So, yep.
Anyway,
And next
What else
is
we got?
I became Zer person, and Cringer became the muddy, non-violent cat. Only 3 others share this secret: our friends, the Sorcerer X, Person at Arms, and Orko.
See,
Uh,
Orko, you didn't change Orko. You know why? Because I'm not really sure what the hell Orko is.
right? He's a floating Jawa.
He? I'm not even sure it's a he. It's
It's
an
a
it.
floating Jawa. Well, he is
It's a
gender neutral. Don't
thing.
make me put up the segment 2 disclaimer. He is gender neutral. So I can say he.
But if you have no gender, you can't be neutral.
It's specifically the word says undefined.
Oh, undefined. Okay, then I guess he's a he.
Who's going to track 10 times a day? 10 times a day isn't hard. I mean, I tracked ammunition for my Borg and Rift, so I mean.
Yeah.
Shadow and Sun says there are a few powers and villains unlimited, but they might have added to the revised. Well, okay, so here's something because I did see as I think Violence Solves Everything was saying that it's not really a book that includes more stuff. No, you do need the main Heroes
Yeah, you
Unlimited
do
book
need
to
the main
go with
Heroes
it.
Unlimited book. It's more of a supplement,
Yeah,
but
the
it has a lot of cool stuff in it
yeah
that
the point for me, and I
especially
think
for NPCs, especially for bad guy NPCs.
got example organizations and so forth.
Mhm.
The main thing for us is, we're looking at this as Heroes Unlimited. And can you play villains without Villains Unlimited? Yes, but you
Yes.
know what? If you're going to go that route, you may as well get the Villains Unlimited book. Plus, we're pressed for time. Plus, for we have to pick and choose. And you know what? Heroes should be good guys.
Yeah.
2 more. Kevin doesn't like magic and superhero games. Well, he put a lot of it in there.
You put
We're
yeah, you put a lot of it in it. I don't know if he doesn't like it. I guess he had to, but all right.
And finally, kind of why I like systems to not overlap. Well,
Well,
he's trying to make a
I get it.
multiverse.
I get it. Yeah, but the whole idea was to unite all of the different systems. So once you learn how to play one of them, you could play any of them. It was the D20 system before there was the D20 system.
Oh God, no violence! I'm going to ban you if you say this again.
Splicers.
We did a video on splicers,
We did. Yeah.
and I am not a fan at all.
He is not.
Not a fan. I regret getting that book. I hate it. Anyway, the yeah, well, yeah, TMNT was fun, but the thing is it's not printed anymore. It's now
Yeah.
effectively after the bomb. So what
Yep.
we're doing was the games because if we were to fight over it, I would say let's do first edition Heroes Unlimited because I like it better. But with that said, we're going to cover the games that you can buy.
You can buy that are current right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So anything else? I think that well, no. Okay, so hold on. I think there's still some Robotech in the works. Yeah, no. When we're talking year of Palladium books, the Palladium lost the Robotech license in like 2005 ish, somewhere around there. So I have
Yeah,
a
I
few
have the
Robotech
Robotech
books.
book as well. Yeah.
I wish I had the
I love
Sentinels
it.
book. That's the one I want. But anywho, yeah. So hopefully that answers some of the chat out there that was concerned about why we're doing Palladium or
Right.
what this is and so forth. We know what we're talking about. Heathen Dog more than me. He knows way more specifics than I do because he's more of a Palladium fan than I am. But I enjoy Palladium, and I thought it was worth covering. It's unfortunate. It seems like every other channel is covering Palladium this year also.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Copycat
All right,
bastard.
Magic Study. Or
Okay,
Mystic
Magic
Study.
Study. Now, this is your classic wizard. This is your classic spellcaster.
Wait, what? The elusive spells have been eliminated?
Although a
I
few
hated
illusion
that
spells
role.
are included in the spell list, but you can't be just an illusionist. They
Okay.
wanted a general spellcaster.
Yeah, you could roll before you get like 11 illusion spells, and you're like, really? Really? Is that what I rolled up?
Yeah, exactly. No, this is the Heroes Unlimited spellcasters are general class spell. There's no specialists, nothing like that. You can cast any spells, but you don't get bonuses or minuses, whatever. They wanted to try and keep it simple because the comic book genre should be simpler than a more in-depth fantasy, type deal.
More action packed, if nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna scroll down. Everyone knows what a wizard is. Jesus. To
Should
the
we
power
start
of
with the
magic.
PPE?
There you go.
Okay.
Power. Yeah, we'll do that. The power of magic is your PPE, your potential psychic energy. Now, this is your mana reserve. This is what you draw upon to cast spells. Each spell has a point, a PPE total that it costs to cast a spell. If you run out of PPE, you run out of the ability to cast spells. Everyone regains PPE at some rate. We're going to get to that in this and later on in this section, but that's what you need to do. You are a battery of PPE. You have to recharge yourself before you keep casting. And what do you start with? Well, right here, 2d4 times 10 plus 20 plus your physical endurance.
This is the type of stuff that drives people crazy. Everybody knows this isn't hard.
No,
this math is not hard at all, but it's just annoying. Like, really,
it is annoying math, but it's not hard. So what'd you get?
3 and 3.
Okay,
So
60,
6.
80 plus your PE. We'll just say
Which
your
I do.
PE is 15.
Fair, okay.
Okay, so you got 95. 95 PPE at level 1. And you get 2d6 PPE for each level of experience. You may draw additional PPE from select other sources like ley lines, blood sacrifices, whatever. As a matter of fact, from enchanted objects, remember that they have a base PPE. In your instance, it was 150.
Yep.
The owner of the enchanted object can divert PPE energy to a spellcaster so he can use it.
Well, not 150. It was 90 for this character.
No. But you're with your enchanted object, you rolled 150.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So you can divert that. But there are plenty of ways to gain PPE. If you're a bad guy, you murder somebody and you get double the PPE in their body to use immediately. But sorry,
I gotta kill you, but
yeah, that's the way it is. But other spellcasters can donate their PPE. Enchanted object heroes can donate PPE from the enchanted object, stuff like that. There's other ways to get it. Now, selecting spells. Here we go.
Ooh.
Select 4 spells from each levels 1 through 4. That's not one level 1, one level 2. No. Select 4 spells, any spells from levels 1 through 4. So you can have 4 fourth level spells or 4 first level spells or any other combination you want.
Oh, that isn't 16 total? 4 spells from each of the spell levels. I would say that's 16 total spells.
That's not what it meant. That's not what they mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And a total of 8 selected from spell levels 5 through 10.
For those watching out there, what do you think?
Yeah,
when you read
go ahead
that,
and put in comments if you think I'm wrong. But getting 16 plus 8. Stream math. 24. Right. There you go. 24. Having 24 spells at level 1 seems like a little.
It does. No. I agree with you that it seems like a lot.
Yeah, seems like a lot.
Hey, it says select 4 spells from each of the spell levels. Reading that tells me, hey, I get 4 at level 1, 4 at level 2, 4 at level.
And you are correct that he worded differently, and a total of 8 selected spells from spell levels 5 through 10.
So that's mix and match, and this is for each. The way I read it. Now, I'm not arguing with Heathen Dog on this one. There may be a different intent to this, but
I think it was a different intent. But the way you're reading it, I think it's the way it's read.
Fair.
But let's move on from that. Put in the comments below. If you have an idea about that, and like and subscribe while you're at it. Shortcut to gain new spells. Okay, here we go. Roll in the following table upon attaining each new level of experience.
Wow.
Every level. Okay. Let's say, Max is level 2. Roll.
I got an 8. Odd 8.
Learned a total of 1d4 new spells, minimum of 2. Selected from levels 1 through 3. That's the total number of spells, not 1d4 from each.
So now he clarifies.
It's very specific on this one. So how many new spells do you get?
I got 2.
Oh, there you go. You got 2 spells. Select 2 spells from levels 1 through 3. Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
And that goes all the way up to learn 1 spell, make a selection from level 12 or 13.
Yes, those are big boy spells. Now, when you make level 2, you're probably not going to be able to cast big boy spells. Big boy spells sometimes have a minimum of 200 PPE to cast.
Be murdering some people.
The full moon at Stonehenge, murdering
while you're slicing the person's neck.
Yeah, exactly. So
drinking the blood.
It's gonna get weird. It's gonna get weird.
Sorry for the graphic depictions. Put your X cards up now.
There you go. Now there are other ways to learn spells. That's on the bottom right of the screen.
Bottom right.
Yeah, there you go. Research.
Where? Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep. Self-research. And this is as the character advances level, his knowledge of mystic arts also advances. as he takes a step forward, so is master of the arts. For each level the character reaches, he's able to figure out the workings of 2 spells from an equal level or less than his own. For example, when a character reaches 2nd level, he gets to select 2 spells from either 1st or 2nd level. The same wizard would choose another 2 spells upon reaching 3rd level, but those 2 spells can now be from 1, 2, or 3. This is directly equivalent to advancement, where the character's maximum spell level is equal to level of experience, but it does not limit the level of spells he can cast. He can only the level he can research, learn, whatever. Now, this is on top of the short of actually, is it on top? Other ways. Okay. There are several ways to learn new spells.
I would say, yeah, it's on top of, because these aren't
Yeah.
guaranteed. The
Yeah.
rolling of 2 is guaranteed. This here isn't guaranteed.
Yeah. Okay. Return
Well,
to
here
your
we go. The
master.
same wizard would choose 2. Oh, so would choose another 2 spells from. But now, okay, you know what? I'm not playing a wizard.
There you go. You can go back to your master. Go to your spellcaster's original teacher, usually willing to teach his pupil a spell or 2 every once in a while. This will normally be the source of higher level spells for the wizard when he can't wait to advance to that point, or if the spell is needed quickly for a specific reason. A simple spell, levels 1 through 4, will take a month of study and practice. More difficult one, 1d4 months, and really, really big boy spells require 2d4 months. However, the teacher may decide that a particular spell may not be appropriate for you. No, we don't want you to be able to summon an asteroid to strike the earth. That sounds stupid. I'm not teaching anyone that. And he can decide not to.
You're
GM
a little
discretion.
too chaotic for my taste here. I think you
Yeah,
might actually use that one.
Yeah, you're getting weird now. Or granted 1d4 spells as a boon from a grateful supernatural being or a high level wizard. This usually is role played. Okay.
Yeah.
This happens organically during a game session. You do something that demigod or god or supernatural being found helpful, and as a reward for doing this, the supernatural being grants you the knowledge of these spells. I wouldn't just do it, just you gained a level and now a supernatural being said, hey, you're cool, boom. No, you get to do something for the supernatural being. So this is a specialized thing. Translation: the student of magic can attempt to teach himself a new spell by scrutinizing ancient texts, books of magic, and scrolls. This is something else, like done through role play. Through your adventures, you found a spell book, but it's written in code, or it's written in an ancient dialect of Sumerian or Sanskrit or whatever, and it takes you time to
Yeah, but it's almost
actually
impossible
translate
to
it.
do it.
Yeah, it takes you time to translate it. In order to make this successful attempt, you have to magical lore spell translation, which is 8% plus 2% per level of experience. That's low. That's a low chance. But if you're unsuccessful, you can roll again, but you're going to have to take more time. It takes time. It says after months of study. Now, it doesn't give a roll, but it has a roll for success or failure.
So you roll, but the success or fail. So what it says right after, failed roll does not necessarily mean the spell is not translated, but it can have dangerous or devastating results, and that's where you roll down here.
That's
so
when you roll.
I failed. Yeah. Oh, I love it when I fail.
All right, let's see if you fail.
Oh shit, 90.
Yep.
Opens a mystic portal to another dimension. To close the portal, require the spellcaster cast 1d6 mystic portal spells himself before he can close it. If left open,
you have mystic portal as a spell.
Fair, yep. You know what you do then? You just walk away like, I saw nothing. I know nothing.
Open, there's a 1 to 70% chance of something crawling out in the first hour, and a 40% chance of something crawling out every day it's left open. Bad news if the mage doesn't know the mystic portal spell, it'll close itself after 2d6 days.
Well, guess what? First day I rolled a 19. Something's coming out the first hour.
That's bad.
All right, Rifts players, this is where you jump in and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is how people get rifted places.
Oh my god, 9 days it stays open. Now you roll good, you stupid D6s. It's the game telling me never to play a wizard.
40% chance something good. But the thing is, you can also just walk through. It works both ways.
Yeah, do you want to? If you're scared of something crawling out of that thing.
Well, it depends on where it goes,
Peek your head in, pull it out.
If only rips work that way.
I know. I hate it when people do that. Can I just put my head in there? No, it's all or nothing, buddy.
No, it's Stargate. You know,
Yep.
you're either in or you're out. You know, you're not on the other side until you're all the way on the other side.
Right.
Okay, other magical abilities. Now, these are natural magical abilities that all wizards get. All wizards get these. First one is astral projection. What are you doing? So the top.
What?
There you go. Astral projection. Costs 6 PPE, but with this ability, through years of study, it functions much like the psionic ability as you separate your mind from your body and you can, go other places being completely invisible. But if someone tries to detect magic or can see magic or sense magic, they will see and or sense you when you're there.
Now, 6 might not sound like a lot, but that's only for 5 minutes.
Yes, 5 minutes per level of experience. So higher level experience, the longer you have.
Fair.
But if time runs out, you don't get shot back to your body. You just have to spend 6 more, or then you get shot back to your body.
Does this game have that snapping back penalty?
Not that I'm aware, no.
Okay.
But it could. Well, we'll have to look. It says it functions very much like the psionic ability, and when we go over psionics, then we'll look. We might remember to look.
We'll
at
forget.
Yeah, we will. Familiar link at third level. The practitioner of magic is experienced enough to mentally link with a small animal, mammal, bird, or lizard. This link is permanent, producing a rather impressive symbiotic relationship. No matter how wild or mean the animal may have been, it will instantly consider the mage to be a friend, companion, and master. To him, the animal is always docile and submissive because the two are now one.
Can't say master. Nope. This game is broken. Oh, we're not in segment 2 yet?
No.
Okay.
Calm down. As such, both man and animal will understand each other completely. For the mage, the familiar is now a sensory extension, enabling him to see, hear, smell, taste, and feel everything the animal experiences. Thus, the familiars are great spies, listening to conversations, prowling in areas not easily accessible or masters, and so forth. Just as the mage knows what the familiar is feeling, so the familiar knows what the master is experiencing. If one is in danger, the other will know it. The magical nature of the union also provides the mage and the familiar both with an additional 6 hit points. However, if the familiar is hurt or attacked, its master also takes the same amount of damage, even if you're miles apart.
Korskin
if the
brothers.
familiar is killed, the Arcanist, the wizard, permanently loses 10 hit points. There's also a 50% chance he will suffer shock from the ordeal. If he does, he will lapse into a coma for 1d6 hours. Another familiar link cannot be tried again for at least 1d4 years.
Who would want to?
So far, it seems like a bad deal, right?
Yeah.
It seems like a bad deal. You get 6 hit points, but when Chewie McRodenson dies, you lose 10.
He's killed. I'm gonna harp on semantics now, just because otherwise this is even worse. Is killed. If it dies a natural death, I'm gonna be like, no, you don't.
That's different. It said killed. You're right, killed. But let's see what else we have.
And the only reason I got semantic there was because of that. Some game masters would be like, well, it died after 10 years. Now you're screwed.
No, yeah, you're not. No, if it died of old age or natural disease or sickness, whatever, that doesn't matter. That's died, not killed. That's different. Telepathic and empathic communication, maximum range of 600 feet, which means you can give instructions to your animal companion, and your animal companion can actually speak to you telepathically if you're within 600 feet of each other. That's cool. The familiar possesses all the abilities common to that type of animal. The size is a maximum of 35 pounds. Typical animal types used is cat, dog, coyote, fox, weasel,
it's not a dog.
rodent, bird. You can choose dog. There's fine.
No dog that's under 35 pounds. Those are rats.
No, those are cats.
That's fine. I'm okay with cats, but dogs are dogs, not little things you put in your purse.
Yeah, we're not talking huskies here.
We should be.
All right. Sense enchantment. PPE none. Saving throw none. Automatic and constant awareness. This costs nothing. The mage's knowledge and attunement to the supernatural is so complete that he can recognize magic in almost any form on sight. This includes magical items, weapons, circles, or other magic users, and people controlled or possessed by mystic forces. This means that if there is an active spell in the area within 90 feet, you can sense it.
And this is passive. It says automatic.
Yes, it's on all the time, constant. That means the game master has to tell you, if you walk next to a guy who's possessed, walk next to a guy who's also another mage, walk next to a guy who's carrying a magic item or magic weapon, is sustaining a spell, the game master has to tell you. But there is a role. Let's see. This is basically an uncomfortable prickly sensation, feeling or hunch the wizard gets when looking at a specific person, place, or item. Base level of perception and correct evaluation, 60% plus 1% per level experience. In my reading of that, it is, you automatically sense magic in the area. Where is it coming from? Roll.
I would also, because I'm a dick, I would also have characters roll on other occasions whenever it came across my brain, just to have you roll. And if you, or I would roll. And if it came up positive, bad. If you came up with you rolled a 75 or something, I would then say you have that feeling even though there's nothing around.
I would
Because
say
otherwise,
that it goes
anytime
against
you
the
ask
power.
somebody to roll, you're just saying, okay, there's something here. Where is it?
You always know there's something there, but if you screw up the roll, you get the wrong compass pointer. You think it's that guy.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Sense supernatural evil. Again, automatic and constant. Now, notice it says supernatural evil. Not just supernatural beings, but they also have to be evil. This is another sensitivity the mage develops through his awareness and exposure to magic. It enables the mage to feel or sense the presence of supernatural evil, including evil sorcerers due to their connection to magic energy, demons, gods, victims of evil possession, entities, and other evil supernatural forces. It will indicate the approximately how many supernatural evil presences are within 90-foot radius, one, a few, several, or many. It can also register the intensity of the evil and pinpoint the general location of the sources to a particular room or part of a house or building, an area, possessed object or person, or an approximate distance, very close, near, or far.
So you know where the house is haunted.
Yes. Evil emanations from a human and most mortal beings are much less distinct and cannot be sensed unless the source or person has an immediate and intense evil intention, mass murderer, or a super being who is at least 9th level.
That's a lot of disparity there. That's a lot of mass murder if you're going to compare it to somebody that's 9th level.
Yeah, exactly. Mass murderer or a super being who is at least 9th level. Sense magic, again, automatic and constant. But this one is PPE 4. Now, automatic and constant, but costs 4 PPE? I don't understand. Every time the GM says it goes off, you lose 4 PPE.
There we go.
The GM can be a dick here.
Yeah, I want to make sure you have no PPE for the upcoming fight. Like, oh, it's like you sense magic. Oh, there's more magic. Oh, yeah, that needs to be rewritten. I don't like that.
Yeah. No. Actually, there's a psionic power 6 sense that is automatic and constant, but every time it goes off, it costs 6 ISP.
What if you don't have the ISP? Then it doesn't go off?
No one wants it. It only goes off when you personally are in imminent danger. This one is when you personally are around magic. The practitioner of magic is so familiar with magical energy that he can sense or feel the presence of magic, especially great magic, enchanted weapon or object, or powerful magic item, leyline nexus, greater demon, demigod, god, fellow mage who is 8th level or higher, and similar. Like a Geiger counter, the individual can tell if you're near or far. Very, very Grover. The ability can also indicate whether a person, object, or place is enchanted under a magic spell, possesses vast PPE, is in the process of invoking magic, or if powerful magic being used in the area. Note, practitioner magic and most supernatural beings do not register as being magical except when they actually cast a spell. If you're under 8th or 9th level and you're not doing magic, you don't set this off.
See, all I've got in my head now is I want to go, dear? Far. Near? I ran over my...
I know.
Far.
This power I don't like. This power causes problems, and it really melds. It really is covered by the sense supernatural evil and the sense enchantment and the other stuff. It really seems like it's already covered in the other things.
Yeah. How many more of these they got? Because I mean, I don't want to read off every spell they have, but these are actually specific special powers that they get.
Yeah, special powers that all wizards get.
Yeah. So
special skills, spell translation.
Oh God.
This is if you find that magical text and you want to translate it into your own spell repertoire, you have an 8 8% plus 2 per level experience chance to do that. But if you fail, it doesn't burst into flames or anything. You just got to.
No, it just opens a portal to another dimension.
No.
If you roll like me.
If you roll like him, yeah. Demons and monsters. You have a knowledge of demons, monsters, and supernatural creatures. 30% plus 5% per level experience. Geomancy or lines of power. This is finding and recognizing ley lines and ley line nexi.
Okay, hold on. I got to ask you a question about this. I know that's in Rifts. I don't ever remember hearing about that in Heroes Unlimited.
It is. It is in Heroes Unlimited. It is also in Palladium Fantasy. It's just they're not supercharged and they don't glow or anything like that, but they do exist.
Okay, is that a second edition thing, or did I just miss it in first edition?
I think it's a second edition thing.
Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not arguing. It's just it's weird because when I see like ley lines, I'm like, what does that matter for Heroes Unlimited? But if they do exist, okay, cool.
Religion. You have a comprehensive study of the world's religions. Why? I don't know. But actually, no. Wait. A lot of ancient religions do have mystical, properties to them. So I get it. Base skill is 35 plus 5%. Archaeology. Hey, if you're looking for ancient magical stuff, archaeology is probably a good skill to have. The skill is the same as the one listed in the skill section, but is in addition to any skill programs you get and gets a bonus of plus 10%. So you get a free skill, archaeology, plus 10% to the starting total. Chemistry. This is like an offshoot of alchemy.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's actually just call it what it is. Alchemy.
Yeah.
You're doing Philosopher's Stone stuff here. You're trying to turn lead into gold.
Yeah. You get chemistry at plus 10%. Holistic medicine. This is your hedge wizard or field witch or whatever, certain herbs and potions and stuff, for healing or poison or, whatever like that. You get the holistic medicine skill. Holistic medicine skill at plus 10%. Magical combat and bonuses. This is per level. So at first level, you get a plus 2 to save versus magic of any kind, plus 1 to save versus possession, plus 2 versus horror factor. And other people need at least a 12 or higher to resist your magic. At level 4, it gets better. Plus 1 versus magic gained, the spell strength is plus 2, meaning that people need a 14 or higher to save against your magic. And that just keeps getting higher and higher and higher as you get up in level.
Which makes sense. If you know a lot about magic, it should be harder for magic to mess with.
Right. Yeah. You're better at it. Your magic is stronger. It's more refined, harder to resist. And then we get to the other stuff. Level of education, standard, except for, of course, you get the extra, archaeology, chemistry, holistic medicine skills. Hand-to-hand combat, same as everybody. You get 2 for being alive. And then your hand-to-hand combat, whether you choose basic, expert, or martial art, is depending. But most people don't. Most wizards don't really go beyond basic.
Why? I'm a ninja wizard.
Okay, then you can be a ninja wizard.
I want all my with the illusion spells. I could have done that. Took my illusion spells away. Now I don't get them.
There you go. SDC base 30, but there's spells that give Armor of Ithyn is in here somewhere, so you will get lots of SDC. Don't worry about it. Resources, other options. This is for fantasy, Nightbane, Rifts. We don't have to get into that just now.
Why don't you just play characters from those games? I mean, I know, I get it. It's Palladium Megaverse.
I get it.
But
I get it. All right, let's look at chat before we get into Shazam.
The last one. Yep. And there is only one more. Let's see. I starred 6, and we have Shadow and Sun says, yep, 16 is how I'd run. Have no power cap, can handle it. Wait a minute, what? Did I highlight the wrong one? I don't remember what that meant. Have no power cap and can handle anything. I think I don't remember what that was referencing anymore. I might have highlighted the wrong one.
Well, you're not helping anybody now. Jesus.
No. Baldahar says I'm triggered. Unfollowing. That was with the master slave thing.
Oh, right. Yep. Makes sense.
But Baldahar, if you're not following, you can't play DDO with him.
Yeah.
Just, say.
Suck.
Good to see Baldahar here. And as Stocky says, trying to learn the Mystic Portal spell from a book opens up a dimensional rift that requires a Mystic Portal to close.
Yeah. Here's a hot tip. Before you try translating that Sanskrit magical book, be at least level 2 and choose Mystic Portal as one of your spells.
I mean, there's only a 10% chance of rolling that, and they're 15 levels. You got the odds in your favor.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, all 3 of the last ones are from Shadow and Sun. I didn't realize that.
Right.
Yeah, but familiars are dumb, so you really want to talk to a squirrel.
Well,
Have you
no,
seen
here's the
Rick and
thing.
Morty? Rick and Morty, they had to change to another reality because of the squirrels.
That is true. Yeah, the squirrel network. But when you are within 600 feet of your familiar, you have complete telepathic communication with it, so you can tell it what to do. Like, no, okay, turn this left, turn this right, push this button. You can do that, and it will.
And squirrels are small; they can get to little places.
Yeah, but no, in my opinion, having an animal familiar is juice that's not worth the squeeze at all.
All right, then Dresden fans out there, here's your character creation book. I never watched Dresden, but I know a lot of Dresden File fans. I've never seen it though.
You never seen
interested.
it? Oh, okay.
Not interested.
It was an old sci-fi channel series.
There's another one people watch,
season.
Roswell or whatever. I didn't watch that either.
Yeah, Dresden Files, I think it was called.
Yeah. But there you go. And then finally, Heathen's atheism pokes its head out once again. It's okay. God still loves you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Bruce unsubscribed.
Hey, bye, Bruce. Good
Let's get to MBA, our Masters of Bestowed Abilities.
There you go. Mystically bestowed abilities. Now, this one, like I said earlier, this one is a supernatural, powerful being decided you were one cool man or woman.
You can do it.
This being loved the cut of your jib and just decided to grant you power.
Oh, come on.
So you say the magic word or do the magic dance, and then boom, you are transformed into a mystical being.
Kevin, do better. And I don't mean that in the woke way, but Shazumi.
Well, he couldn't say Shazam. That's copyright.
Well, come up with something better, or just use the all-encompassing, ever-used abracadabra.
There you go. Now, this is what happens when you get transformed, no matter what type of transformation occurs. Your MA goes up plus 2d6 with a minimum of 18.
Wow.
Your PS goes up 2d6 with a minimum of 20. Your PP goes up 1d6 with a minimum of 18.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to do this just for the stat bonus. I don't care.
I know, right? I mean, if you roll just crap stats, this is the Heroes Unlimited juicer, where you get
speed multiplied by
5, minimum of 24. I mean, if you have a speed of 5, you're already beating the minimum.
If you have a speed of
real crap.
If you have a speed of 10, which is basically average, actually it's technically below average, but we'll go with it. It's average, right? That puts you up to 50.
That's huge. That's maximum moped speed right there. And plus 3d6 times 10 SDC. The base is 30 or 35. The base is 30. So come on,
I'm rolling this. I don't even have 3d6. Yes, I do have 3d6s because every real die set has 3d6s in it, not 1d6. Dice makers.
We know.
Stupid 7-piece dice set. Oops, almost fell off. I got a 5, 5, and a 4, so that's a 14. Yeah, 140.
Look at that. 140 plus 140 SDC. Just for saying Shizumi.
No, I'm saying kapow.
Kapow. Okay, you say kapow. That's fine. All right. Now, it happens instantaneously. It can be any kind of transformation you want. Struck by lightning, flash of light, spinning like the old-fashioned Wonder Woman, whatever you want to do. Don't care.
Funny you say that.
Wonder Woman. There you go. That's right. But whatever you say during character creation, that's what you got to do throughout the entire time. So if your superpower transformation initiation sequence is speaking something, if someone covers your mouth, you can't do it. If it's spinning around and someone bound your feet, you can't do it. If it's creating a gang sign hand symbol thing, then if your hands are bound, you can't do it. So take that, in mind when you think about this stuff. Now, normal power negation stuff, if you get powers, superpowers from this, normal power negation stuff will not work. But negate magic or anti-magic cloud spells will transform you back to your ordinary, normal person form. Remember that. Okay, we keep scrolling down.
This reminds me of Talent Shredder from Earthdawn.
Yeah. Keep scrolling down, and we get to the physical limitations, which is optional. This is if you want your normal human form to be physically limited in some way.
Oh, yeah.
And I would let the player decide, because I'm not going to force a player to have cancer. I'm not going to force a player to be a paraplegic. I'm not going to do that.
I'd make you roll
BS.
twice.
That's BS.
Not only is it not optional, you're rolling twice.
Oh, shut up.
I know I would. Okay, that's never mind. That's a 19.
19. Incapacitated by a debilitating disease or accident, leaving you crippled, paralyzed, or otherwise physically
Professor
impaired.
X.
May select one physical skill, excluding boxing, wrestling, and gymnastics.
Yeah,
all physical
I get my combat wheelchair.
Must be 11 or lower. Your
Jesus.
normal human form, not your Shizumi form, or in your case, Kapow form.
God.
But no, I would never force it. The only reason a character would ever roll this is for flavor. That's it. I would never force a player to roll on this. It's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can't see forcing a player rolling on it. I might say, even as much as I like randomness. Now, if the character did say, like, I want to play a Professor X type character, then I might say, okay, we'll roll on this and see what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. But then again, remember, this isn't for every character. This is just for somebody who's magically bestowed. So,
right.
Right. It's kind of the risk of picking it, but it does say optional.
Yeah, type of bestowed ability. Now, here's where it gets a little mixture of wizard and enchanted object and enchanted weapon. You could be just superpowers, a mixture of superpowers and spells, or just spells. Let's see what happens with Max the F.
I got a 23. That is 20. Yeah, this is a lighting here. 23. Yep.
2 major super abilities of
you know it's 2. It's gonna be no kidding.
Alter physical structure, metal, and invulnerability. There you go.
I thought metal you couldn't have until you're higher level, because everybody picks stone at first.
Nope. You can have metal. It says choose. You don't got to roll. You choose them.
I just thought that metal itself had a prerequisite.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
4 minor super abilities of choice plus hand-to-hand martial arts. Could have rolled that. 1 major super ability and 2 minor plus hand-to-hand expert.
How would I get hand-to-hand martial arts if I'm in a wheelchair?
Well, it's magically bestowed.
Magically delicious.
There you go. And now after 50, you start getting into the creeping into spells as well. 51 to 70, 1 major super ability and 8 spells levels 1 through 5. And then 71 to 80 is 10 magic spells from levels 1 through 6 and 6 from levels 7 through 12. If you roll an 81 to 100, 9 magic spells from levels 1 through 8 and 7 from levels 9 through 15.
Wow. Dice, why do you always fail me?
Yeah. In the case of casting abilities, all spells start out at the same level as the character and increase with strength as the character grows with experience. However, the character is not a full practitioner of magic and does not gain additional spells as he increases in levels, nor does his PP increase as drastically as that of a wizard.
So another front-loaded class.
Yes. If you scroll to the PPE, you get 3d4 times 10 plus your PE, which is not as much as a wizard, but it's no slouch.
Actually, I rolled pretty well. Wait, what is that? That's a 3. So 2, 3, and a 4. So math, 7, 9.
9. 90 plus your PE, let's say it's 15.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 105. 105 PPE, and you get a D6 plus 4 every level.
Oh, those are
super abilities. That's if you're a caster. As with all magic classes, these spells function just like normal spells and are affected by ley lines, negate magic, whatever. Those with super abilities have 1d4 times 10 plus 10.
Oh, I only rolled a 2 as my first roll, so that'd be 30.
Okay, so that would be 20 plus 10, that'd be 30. Yes, you would have 30 if you have super abilities as well. But if you rolled 71 or higher, you'd be a straight up mage, mystically bestowed mage, and you would have the former. Special bonuses abilities. When you kapow yourself, you appear muscular, strong, healthy, and youthful. +1 to save versus magic of any kind. +1 to save versus possessions at levels 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15, +2 versus horror factor at 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 13, +2 on initiative, and +2 pull punch.
So
+2 initiative is strong.
I want to bring this back for just a second. I know without tangenting too much, but to use what I said a moment ago, you know, joking about the combat wheelchair. This, honestly, as we're talking about it, this is how that whole premise, that whole escapism, not representation thing should have been handled. This is actually a perfect way to handle this. You want to play a character that's disabled in a game and not try to find some stupid way of ham-fisting it in that doesn't make sense? You just found it right here.
Yeah. You can be a paraplegic and then kapow.
Or
there you go.
Kapow.
I don't think it works if you use a speak and spell, but okay.
Oh.
And then we have the other stuff. Alignment, you're a good guy, stop being dumb. A level of education, standard. Hand-to-hand combat, standard. Attacks per melee, standard. Those characters who have no hand-to-hand combat you get 2 attacks per round at level 1 and 1 additional levels 4 and 9. That's what everyone gets.
That's
you wake
standard,
up, yeah, you wake up, you get 2. SDC. 1d6 times 10 plus 30 when transformed, plus 10 SDC in their ordinary form. Remember, SDC and abilities gained from transformation do not apply when in normal human form. So here's the deal. You get a base of 30 plus 10. That's your normal human form. So base of 40 plus any skills you may have, right? When you transform, you get 1d6 times 10 plus 30. And I think that is mirrored. That actually... that is on top of the 3d6 times 10. So yeah, you get a lot of SDC in this form. And I wish it was all in one place, but again, Kevin can't format for shit. So everything's just all around. That's the one thing about his books. I hate the formatting is just awful. So yeah, you get a lot of SDC, for being a Shizumi guy.
I got that stupid Peter Griffin song, Shaboopy, Shaboopy.
There you go. All right, let's look at comments because that is it for the magic power category.
I only starred 2.
Okay.
And Crafty says that's why Jeffrey Talanian, the writer for Hyperborea, and I don't know if you could see, but that's exactly what I'm rolling are my Hyperborea dice.
Yep.
So
our real dice set. Yeah.
And you know, I do have my Paladin dice also. Remember, they sent me. I had to put a gas mask on for it. They sent me some dice, so check that out. Paladin dice. They're from the UK. Send me some dice. But yeah, every dice set has 3d6. There's no such thing as a dice set without at least 3d6 in there. I don't care if you have 2d20s or 4010s or whatever else, but you must have 3d6 or you're not a full dice set. And you get a costume, but you don't get the combat wheelchair. Well, that is my costume.
You get a non-combat wheelchair.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I don't need it anymore. It transforms into me. It becomes part of me and I can walk. I don't know. All right, let's stop sharing. I don't know. That seemed a little bit longer than it needed to be.
Well, like you said earlier, each one of those things seems like its own power category.
It is.
Yeah.
No, I'm not complaining with you. It's just like I don't know. I was bored after the third one.
I understand, but there are some problems with it. The wizard's innate abilities seem to step on each other sometimes, and enchanted object and enchanted weapon can really just be merged. If you want to be fair, just merge them. Enchanted item. And the only one, it should be enchanted item, wizard, and the magically bestowed. Excuse me, the magically bestowed abilities. It should really only be 3 categories.
I understand. Yeah, I understand why they're different. Well, let me rephrase that. I understand why those 3 are different. It makes sense. As far as the item and, like you said, enchanted object goes, you don't really need different rule sets. I get why they're there, though, because there is a difference, say, and I don't know the comic book, so somebody's going to yell at me about this, but I don't care. There is a difference between a Hal Jordan type character and a He-Man type character, and I really think that first one, it's just the way I vision it. Every time I read that, I'm like, that really seems like he's going for the He-Man thing out of that. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think both ways have strengths, both ways have limitations.
Fair.
I'm not against it. I just, I would have, this is me, and maybe it's because I don't understand Palladium Megaverse well enough, but I would have just been like, oh, you want to play a mage? Roll up a Palladium fantasy character and then convert it over. Like, I would rather go that kind of route. What the thing that's cool about the Heroes Unlimited book is it's all there in one book.
Yeah.
Well, it's partially there in one book. You're not getting a Palladium fantasy wizard. You're not getting a TMNT mutant, full on, at least with all the, the options that you could have there. But at the same time, it's like, if you really want to do it, I don't know. It's not bad. I've never played a wizard or magician, so I don't know. But next week is right.
Mutants.
Yep.
Yep.
And he's going to cover almost everything in mutants. We're going to gloss over. We are going to talk about it, but we're going to gloss over the mutant animal thing. We will talk about biopoints only in such that this is how you spend them, and then move on. Everything else will happen in our next series, which is After the Bomb, where we'll talk about really what happens when you spend them and so forth.
Now, remember, the last time I had a problem was the hardware category. I told you there is a chart you should never ever roll, which is which hardware category you want to be: weapon, analytical genius, mechanical genius, electrical genius. Conversely, in the mutant section, there is a table that you should always roll, even though it's listed optional.
And
you should always roll it. No one should be allowed to not roll it.
I don't know what it is. I don't want him to say it now because we're teasing that for next week.
Say it now.
But I generally agree, because I think the whole idea of mutations should be random.
Yes, that is true. Now, and I'm going to cite examples in other places of the book on why I'm right and why Kevin is wrong.
Oh, snap. Kevin, you've been called out. 2 Michiganians, Ganians, how do you call yourselves? Going at it.
Bring it.
I mean, you guys could drive to each other's house and still, get back home in time. You have the fight and get back home in time for lunch. I mean, you guys you're almost neighbors. Come on, Kevin. Talk to Heathen Dog. I don't know what I'm doing now. Let's, by the way, so we had a couple things in there that we were looking for comments on from you. Did you like the reading of the book? Did you not like the reading of the book in terms of what was in there? Do you agree with Heathen Dog's take? Do you agree with my take? Do you agree with Kevin's take? Do you agree with your own take? Like, subscribe, and share. And want to appreciate, there are a few people. We do have a couple of hardcore fans that have been watching the segment 1. I didn't put up the segment 1 banner the entire time. I just realized that.
Oh, damn it.
So here, I'll do it now. There, that was segment 1 fundamentals.
Great. Good job.
Yeah, so next week, mutant. All right. I want to thank all the people who are watching, though. And let me quickly go through. That's our stream schedule. You can pause it if you want to get that more. There's where you can find our videos and donate. That's where you can find our website and buy our merch. That's only 5 of 30 designs down there. We have way more designs than what you see down there. So if you like anything that's gaming related, check out our Redbubble store. And of course, always remember, these are the core values for playing tabletop role-playing games. If you can't follow these 3 core values, you should not be in this hobby at all. Don't play games, don't buy books, because you're not wanted. If you do follow these, then you are absolutely wanted, and we want more of you.
Yeah. All right, Shadow and Sun. What power category would Moon Knight be, in my opinion?
What's Moon Knight?
It's a show on an extended Marvel Universe type thing.
Oh, okay.
It's not a clear one-for-one thing, but mystically bestowed abilities, because Moon Knight gets his powers from a god, and it's mystically bestowed abilities that he didn't earn or learn or whatever. So he would be Shazami, Shizumi, Kapow, type person, but he doesn't actually say Kapow or do that. He just has a psychotic episode and then turns into, Moon Knight.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna use the Heathen Dog's room.
Any new watch each other, not that I'm aware of.
God, please no. I'll be back in just a second.
Wait, what WotC trailers? I mean, I'm not going to take your thunder from you. I'm just curious. Like, they have more? I don't think there'd be much of a fight. Heathen Dog, it's somebody said it last week. The reason we say some of the things we say is because we are fans. Like, I like the Palladium system. I do understand it has faults. It's a freaking game, people. When people are like, it's too crunchy. It's crunchy in the right ways. It's not crunchy like Pathfinder, where it's just static rules. And I shouldn't complain about. I should say D&D 3.5, 3.0. Either way, it's not just static rules. I mean, that's the problem. Is it's a game with how do I say this? It's a game with so many rules that it's crunchy, but so many times where you have to make rulings over those rules that it feels like, why do you have all that crunch when I should be making a ruling? I think that's where people lose it. Is the people who want rules see all the rules there, and then they're like, wait a second, this doesn't always make sense. And then the people who don't want rules see a million rules, like, I'm out. When really it's kind of a blend. I get why people don't like Palladium. Don't get me wrong; it's not the best or perfect system out there. And if anybody's was it Luther Pendragon was saying before, he doesn't like Palladium. That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I don't think there is a perfect system out there, but
yeah, right.
Yeah, it all depends on you read the system, you like it or you don't. And if you don't, that's fine. Doesn't mean it's bad. Just means you don't like it. All right.